Hey everybody, welcome in. Welcome in. I am very discombobulated. But we're about to get started.
It's a brand new day and she's back again. Get yourself a beverage, let's get settled in. It's Decon Q&A with CrystalJae. Hey, 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 all our favorite heathens gathered in one place. All our questions answered, our favorite creators on display. It's Decon Q&A with CrystalJae. Get ready for the fun. Decon Q&A with CrystalJae.
Hey you guys, it's Decon Q&A with CrystalJae, and my guest today will be Zenamae. I just have to get a few things ready because I got my time zones mixed up. So, and I'm having problems with my, I'm giving up on my mouse is what I'm doing. I wonder if it's dead. How do I do it? How do I charge it? What do I do, you guys? Let's go. Guys, let's go. Trying to get us up over on the YouTubes. Oops, sorry about that. Now you're gonna hear something that I guess was already up over on the YouTubes. Alrighty. As you come in, hey Laura, how are you? Hey.
Hi everyone.
Why does it keep, oh, it's playing stupid stuff that's on TikTok while I'm trying to log in. Why? Yeah.
So
I want it to be quiet. I'm going to mute it.
As a family.
I can't stand that I don't have a mouse right now.
We have here.
Okay, sorry. My mouse is in my hand. I'm trying to charge it or whatever. I can't even get it open. What the hell? I don't know. I guess I need AAA batteries. You mean they... I don't know. I guess I need AAA batteries. You mean they don't charge on a USB? Okay. We're just gonna do this. We're gonna go like this. How's everybody doing today? Well, thank you so much for noticing my makeup. I am relearning how to do makeup. It's hard when you get old to learn how to do makeup. You guys, I have to run and get a cord, but I want to wait at least until my guest is here. All right. Okay. So what I want to do now is this and this, and then we want to open OBS over here like this. Well, thank you so much. I am learning. It's not easy to learn, you know, like, because I don't want to look like I'm still trying to do my makeup from the 80s with, like, you know, crazy blue eyeshadow up to here or something like that. I guess I was kind of more 70s when I did that. Okay, we're gonna go live. We're gonna go schedule a stream. And there's my friend. Hey, Zenamae, how are you?
Hey, Crystal. How are you?
Doing good. Let me
How
turn
you
you up a
feel?
little bit. I'm doing good. I feel discombobulated today because for some reason I was mixing up the time zones.
Oh, honey, I kept saying like 3 o'clock today, and I don't know, like in my brain. So you're fine.
Oh, that's good because I was like not prepared for this at all. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing?
In a couple of minutes.
Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm setting up the YouTube right now because I always screw up the YouTube. There's things that make your show, and me screwing up YouTube makes my show what it is. I never do this right. The poor YouTube channel does not get the love it deserves. Okay, I think I'm live over on YouTube now. I think we got it going. My mouse died, which was a whole different issue. And now, let me see. I've got questions. Oh, I didn't mean to play it again, but maybe YouTube would like to hear it.
It's a brand new day and she's back again. Get yourself a beverage, let's get settled in. It's Decon Q&A with CrystalJae. Hey, 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 all our favorite heathens gathered in one place. All our questions answered, our favorite creators on display. It's Decon Q&A with CrystalJae. Five, four, three, two, one. Get ready for the fun. Decon Q&A with CrystalJae.
Oh, look at Kitty. What's your kitty's name?
This is Kagome. Gato Fato. Meow meow kitty kitty.
Aww. Aww. What a cute little kitty.
There we go. She's a good girl, what she wants to be.
Look at you. You're so pretty. Okay, so you know how my show goes now. I just felt so bad because you guys, Zenamae was on my show before. But when she was, I was doing a different setup. I was streaming through TikTok Studio and then OBS out to YouTube and Twitch. But TikTok Studio updated, and when they did, and Zenamae came on, the lag was so horrendous, and I felt really bad. So I wanted to bring her back on. Actually, I want to have all my guests back on eventually, but I don't feel like we ever got to do the first show very well because I was constantly dealing with the lag. It sucked.
That's okay. I'm glad to be back. I'm ready to play. I just came from Christina's live, so I know they're going to be coming over here in like a moment or two, so I'm ready.
All right, cool. Well, as you know, we start out by me asking you some icebreaker questions, and while I'm doing that, you guys, I don't know why. This is just a weird thing with my live. I will not be pushed out into the FYP until we get to 5,000 likes and 100 shares. I have to have those two things. I know that people like say that helps, but for me, look, I have 9. We will get up to 40 or 50, but I need you guys to push out the live by liking as quickly as possible and sharing. So the fastest way to share that gives you the most shares is to hold down your finger on the screen. All your friends will come up and you'll see that you can just start sending them to all your friends. It will spam the chat for a minute. Go ahead and do that. When you do it that way, it actually sends TikTok like as if they were individual shares. When you do it on the more button and you hit that little share thing, that little share arrow, it doesn't send them individually. It makes it seem like it's a group share. So thank you so much, Dagda. Thank you for the support, Buddy C. I love you guys. I really appreciate it. ADHD Penguin, good to see you. You guys, thank you for coming in and joining. Tap the screen, like the live, and then don't forget, do the heart me's, and then go up and grab your team points too, because that will help push us out as well. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and start asking you the questions. But while we're live today, I have to do the divider decline questions because I lost them. So I have to make them up while we're live today.
Make them up as we go.
Oh, you love that.
I do, because you get me every time. I'm like, in the comments, I'm like, wait.
So, yeah, so I've learned a little trick on how to do them pretty fast now, so I am pretty good at it. But I found a couple of websites that help with random Quran verses and random Book of Mormon verses and stuff. So, all right, here are our questions for today. What time do you go to bed? Are you a late night owl? Or are you an old lady like me who has to go to bed early? No, I go to bed somewhere between like 10 and midnight usually, but that's pretty early for a lot of TikTokers.
You know, it really depends on the medication I take.
I
like,
get that.
If I take like a Zyrtec and then my regular medication, I'm out by 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
But say for instance, usually I'm a night owl a tiny bit. If there's a good K-drama that I'm into and I can't look away, right? I've got to see it through. So
okay, you're gonna get me into K-drama because I keep hearing you talk about it, and now I'm gonna be like, Crystal, you have to go check out whatever she's talking about. You're missing something. I'm getting FOMO.
To join the cult, join the K-drama cult in my Discord. There's a K-drama channel. Be there, be square. You're going to love the stories. I'm so serious. They're so fun. One that I'm watching right now that I actually just finished was a C-drama, which is Chinese drama. And you can tell the filmography difference. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but you can tell like how the editing is, the color scheme. And I love that I'm learning their ancient cultures through these K-dramas, things that
that's cool.
Yeah, like things we weren't taught in school, you know, like it's a really beautiful view of their culture and a respect, honestly. And I feel like I'm learning another language. I don't know.
I like that a lot because, I don't know, like I always talk about how old I am because I think that obviously I grew up in a totally different time than most people that I talk to. But, you know, we were taught like that. We were taught these things about the Chinese culture that I am finding out are just not true, is what I'm trying to say. I was taught to almost fear what that culture could be like and how oppressed all those people were and how nobody is happy. And, you know, it was supposed to be and now I'm like, wait, what? They look happy and they have cool stuff and they're healthy and they, you know, like, what did I miss? And so I love learning about cultures now because I realize how sheltered I was in public school. It's just, you don't learn shit, actually. It's all propaganda and bullshit. So, thank you. Thank you for extending your subscription. Oh, I got a little flash goal. Let me see. Where did it go? Oh, it disappeared. Anyway, so yeah, that's interesting. I'm going to have to watch it because I always say that, but I feel like there's not enough time to listen to all the podcasts that y'all produce, you know, to watch all your lives, then to watch other shows too. I don't think there's enough time.
Read from our community. I've got a book that I've got to read from our community from one of our members. I've got some podcasts, Ria's, Christina's that I've got
right
on, some deconstruction on YouTube that I've got to catch up on. It's a lot. But I love it. It is.
And then yesterday I went to an estate sale and I bought 2 Alfred Hitchcock books, even though he was a grapey bastard. But but the books are actually different writers who wrote like short kind of Hitchcock-esque stories. So, you know, they're going to be scary or creepy or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I bought these books. And then I was like, I still have 20 other books over here that are just waiting for my attention.
That just means you always have something to do at every single moment of your life. So that, you know, it's a to-do list. It keeps you going.
It's true. It's true. Mm-hmm. Okay. Who was the last band or artist you listened to?
Ooh, Charlie XCX.
Oh, really?
I've been with Charlie since boom clap sound of my heart, like that. And then before she was like underground, like a little kitschy, but if you knew her only as like really a writer. But now I stopped listening to her because I feel like she got a little commercial, just a tiny bit, right? But I feel like we all do, But then there's an album last year that she put out, not Brad Summer, but it was the one before that. And I didn't realize like how sometimes she's just really talented, and you kind of lose interest in an artist at some point in time, and then they just make another freaking record that blows your mind, and that's what she did with Party for You. I really love that whole album. To me,
I will have. Now you got me wanting to go listen to music I've never heard of before. So that's another reason why I love to do the show. You guys bring me so much, and I love it. I don't, to be honest, and I'm not saying this just as a joke. It really was the last thing I fell asleep to last night was Pinkbeard. So, like, and I didn't do it intentionally. Like, he came across and I was like, oh, now I got to hear the whole song, instead of just a clip that you see on TikTok. So, I
went to.
Oh, I want to see him in concert so bad. I want him to come to LA, but he's all over the South right now. So
he really is. I definitely plan on seeing him again 100%. When I tell you, Crystal, you will have an amazing time. You're going to have an incredible time, amazing time. You're going to have fun. You're going to be dancing. You're going to be singing. It was a blast.
I played his music for my husband, and even he was just like, wait, really? When's he going to be in LA? I don't know when he's going to be in LA, honey. But he is going to be in Ohio in the summer. And they are going to a convention that's for really fun people, if you know what I mean. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be kind of fun to go out to Ohio for that? That would be fun.
I can't make it, but I know some of the coolest are going to be there. Plus, there's going to be some stargazing, So it's like a win-win situation. You got Pink Fear, you got stargazing, you got some other fun that's going on. It's going to be a dope time. So hit up Dougal,
For sure. For sure. Okay. So what was your last Halloween costume?
I'll tell you who I wanted to be. I can't remember my last one, but I think last year I wanted to be Sasha from Attack on Titan. Do you watch anime?
No, but my kids do. So while I don't actually visually be able to picture any of these people, I've heard of all of them.
Okay. Perfect. So if you know Sasha, she likes to eat just everything, but she loves potatoes. So I went to Amazon. I was trying to find the whole outfit, but I couldn't, and it made me sad. So this year I'm starting early. I'm finding the stuff, and so I can be Sasha for Halloween.
Oh, that's cool. I can't wait to see. Okay, this is a secret, and I know that nobody's watching right now, so nobody tell anybody, okay? But I thought it would be really funny if this year for Halloween, if Joyful and I went as Joel and Mezzo. Like, Joyful could wear a suit, wear a bunch of rings and stuff, and I could wear a sweater and get some glasses on Joel's, and we could just be Joel and Mezzo.
I love the idea. I want to see it. I love the idea. I need it to come to fruition immediately. Who's gonna be who?
I think I'll be Joel, and Joyful could be Mezzo.
I like it. I'm here for it. I love it.
I've got to work on some of my Joel impressions though, because he does things that I want to learn how to do anyway. Like the way he will insult somebody kind of under his breath and then go right into another question so that they can't actually say anything about the insult is like,
You're like,
what, did you just insult me in there? Yeah. So I need to practice. Need to watch some Joel Reads Bible and get to practicing some Joel impressions for sure.
I like it.
Okay. Straw, do you think that says deacon? Is that what you think? Because it doesn't say deacon. It's not misspelled. Okay. I don't know why they always think that I misspelled deacon. Okay. Okay, so I ask a lot of icebreaker questions that are just silly little fun things. But one thing I would like to know is what is new with you, Zenamae? Tell us something new that's going on with you.
Yes, I have been doing. Oh, thank you, Thinker. I really appreciate it. I have been doing a lot of restructuring my platform, and you are actually to thank for that. The last time, yeah, no, honestly, I really mean it, because the last time I was here, you asked me kind of the same question, but like more so, what do you want? Hey, Javarius, and so it really had me thinking of my purpose and what I can do for my community, but how I can represent my community to others and make it inclusive as well. And so I really have to thank you for helping me narrow down and focus, honestly. Number one. Number two, my Discord. I've really been focusing on missing people. Is something that I really decided to take on, and I have to say, like, it really touched my heart one Sunday, I think, or Friday actually. I had a young boy, Jeremiah Shamar Key, 14-year-old, missing out of Suffolk, Virginia, has been missing since May 23rd. And when I had his picture up, somebody in our community knew him.
Wow.
Had no idea that this anybody would know him. And I had to take a moment, because when you're thinking you're just trying to do something, I can't do a lot. I don't have a lot of money, but I have a voice that I can use.
Right.
And the fact that she came up and she was like, "Hey, my nephew knows this person, da da da, here's some information." It really solidified that this is something that I can actually do. I can help. I can put people's names out that no news station. So that's something new. Another thing is really being involved in the community, right? Doing watch parties. And I know the watch parties are fun and we laugh and whatnot, but to me they're a little bit of therapy, right? Because
Sure.
when you're having these tough conversations, and I'll talk about the other aspect of what's new as well, but when I'm having these tough conversations, sometimes afterwards I want to hug, but I don't want to hug from anybody,
Yeah.
maybe a virtual hug, right? And when you have that community that we can laugh at, say, the Prince of Egypt movie, right? Or we can laugh at one of those Left Behind movies that we've been watching.
Yes.
We finished a Kirk Cameron series. It was fun. But
Okay.
look, go ahead, go.
We have to do a movie night, a watch movie together, okay? I will be there. It's called Confessions of the Prodigal Son, and it's a Kevin Sorbo movie, and I'm in it. So we need to do
Crystal!
We'll do a Kevin. I'm only in it briefly for a few hot seconds, but I'll be able to go, oh, there's me, and there's my daughter. So,
I literally love that. I think that's amazing. And see, I wouldn't have known that if we hadn't talked about it.
right. Yeah, we'll have to do that one. That would be really fun to watch with everybody and laugh at. It is just horrible. I hope you are all ready to watch a horrible Christian.
I'm gonna put it on the calendar. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, where was the last place you went to dinner with somebody or had a night out?
Ooh. I don't really do night like dinners out. Like this my area is like really hunky donk, if that makes sense. So I gotta go out to like the city. But I think me and my cousins did go out to like a bar the other night just to see each other and say hi. We haven't seen each other in a couple of months.
That's
We're like this, and when you want to just be with family, just kick it out in the country, you know what I'm saying? We call it a hole in the wall, where
Yeah.
you don't, they ain't got no street name. You just know to turn left here and then turn right there, and then you drive in the
Yeah.
woods for about a mile, and your phone service might go out for about a minute or two, but it's fine. It's fine,
It's a great place. Yeah, I like that. I haven't. Well, the last time we went out, Doug and I went out for Mother's Day, and we went to a little casino near us because I live near a lot of Indian casinos in California. So there was this one that I went to a few years back with my daughter when she turned 21. I took her there for the first time to go to a casino, because she was 21. And it was horrible.
The Native American reservations.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. They
Yeah.
have a couple in Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so they have really big ones out here that are like Vegas style everything. They'll have a spa, they'll have a lazy river, they'll have everything, fine dining and stuff. But this one wasn't one when I went a few years ago, but supposedly they had updated since then. So we were like, okay, let's go back and see what it's like. And so and when I'm using the word Indian right now, I'm using it because that's the word that they use. Okay.
No, they have that on there, like they do.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean.
Right.
But I was
And
like
so-
Oklahoma. They actually
Right.
have like, they'll say like the Native American reservation, and then they'll have the casino in the reservation.
Right, exactly. The same here. This one's in the reservation. And so they make Indian fry bread. Have you ever had that before? Oh my God, so good. So I got to have that. I hadn't had it in years because we used to eat it in Wichita. They have an Indian center in Wichita, and in there they make fry bread on Tuesdays, I think, and you could go get homemade fry bread. Oh my God, it was so good. So that was the last time we went out, was Mother's Day, and I had a little Indian fry bread. By the way, the casino, it wasn't that special. I do like the Morongo Casino. If you're out in Southern California, the Morongo Casino is very pretty. It's spa, and right next door, there's like outlets for like Chanel and like all the like Kate Spade and everything. So Morongo's much better. They have wonderful shopping, and the dining experience is higher quality. It's just a better dining experience.
Jersey. Have you ever been to Atlantic City?
No, I want to go to Atlantic City. I'm not even a big gambler, but I like to just play video poker. I'm such a weirdo. I like video
You will
poker.
have so much fun. The drinks are nice. When I could drink, the drinks were heavy, and you just go at like 1 o'clock in the morning. There's nobody down there, which is surprising, but some really nice older women bartenders, servers.
Love it.
They're very sweet, and they'll help you get back to your room.
Okay, all right, I like that. I gotta turn on my fan.
It's a bit of shrinkage. The hair, it's It's not that short. It does come down, but it goes past the shoulder if you want to be.
Let's see. Let's make you big so you can show
No!
your hair. Look how- You're like, no, you look so beautiful. Are you kidding me? I love pink on you too. It's really pretty.
Now, just sharing that this is what we call shrinkage in our community. The hair be like, I want to stay up here. It does like to go all the way to the ceiling. So, but I love my hair. It's taken a lot to. I chopped it off like a couple of years or so, and I have like a perma lock back here. You guys can see that. That I've been growing for some time. Yeah. So you can take me off the screen now.
Very, very pretty. Okay. I will put us back. Okay. No, right, Shelly? Gorgeous. Okay. Let's see. What is do you play video games? I guess I should start with that. Do you play video games?
I do not, but I like to watch people play them. I don't know how to play them. So I'm not going to hold you.
Okay, I was going to ask you what was the last video game you played, but if you don't play, then you might not have played one, but you might have played something.
My mom did not allow, any type of video games, Game Boy, PlayStation. It was all demonic to her. Even if somebody bought it for us. Now, I was able to get it was not a Game Boy, but it was almost like a Game Boy. But I was able to get that when I turned 16. But by that time, I was already we were already I'm doing what I want to do anyway,
Yeah. I want the Nintendo Switch too. I'm not gonna lie. Now I'm gonna tell a story about Benny, and then you guys can all just send him hate mail. Okay. I'm just kidding. But Benny accidentally bought two on the night it launched, or where you could pre-order it or whatever it was, and then I was gonna buy one from him. But then his boyfriend Seth wanted the second one, so now I'm out of Switch 2, and it's really Benny and Seth's fault, and that's just the way I feel about that. No, I do want the Switch 2. I like Switch. I like Nintendo less nostalgic games like Mario Party and Mario Kart and Zelda.
Yes.
Because that's what my kids grew up on, and when I play them, it just reminds me of watching them play as kids, and it brings back a lot of good feelings. We have a funny tradition in our house. When video games started being popular in the early 2000s, because they started in the 90s, but in the 2000s, the console wars started, right? And so the consoles would come out around Thanksgiving, because they would try to do Black Friday specials for them and stuff. And so we would buy our kids one on Black Friday to give it to them on Christmas. But my husband couldn't wait until Christmas. So he'd open that shit up while they were asleep at night, and he would play video games on their Christmas present.
How do I have 1,000 points in a character already? What the hell's going on here?
And so I was like, we need to just start giving it to them on Thanksgiving weekend. And then they would have that whole 4-day weekend to play the games and stuff. So every Thanksgiving now, we give each other video games for Thanksgiving. All of us.
Cute.
We do Steam gift cards, or we buy each other the latest video game we want, or whatever it is. But they even buy me video games for Thanksgiving now too. So we're gamers. We're nerds. Hey. Yeah, that's we're just weirdos.
No, it's a cute family tradition. It's awesome. Love it.
Okay, let's see. So what is the last song that you had stuck in your head and could not get rid of, and now it's going to get stuck in your head again because I'm making you think about it?
Oh. what's the Cher song? It should
Do
be.
you believe in?
Different strokes for different folks. That one. That's the one that's stuck in my head, and I'm gonna make it everybody's problem. So
Yes. I have to say that it is Pinkbeard because that's what made me go to check out his song last night. Was a song got stuck in my head again. I'm just a country boy at heart, no frills, no bravado. I'm from Birmingham, goddamn, don't ask me shit about avocado. Look at man in his eyes when you shake his hand, that's all that I know. I'm a reverend and my daddy's still a reverend. On the Bible.
No,
every day.
And I loved it. And he has a new one coming out that he performed as well. And I can't wait for you to go see him live, Crystal. Seriously.
I can't either. I cannot either. I'm really excited about it. I have heard the new one too. I don't have it stuck in my head yet, but I'm sure it's gonna be the more I listen to it. But yeah, that was the last one that got stuck in my head. Also, that little song that keeps playing about the baby, that stupid song on TikTok. I'm not even gonna try to remember it now because it'll get stuck in everybody's head. You know, the one by Connie Francis. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. Y'all figure that one out and get it stuck in your head later so you won't be mad at me. What was the last time you felt satisfied?
Ooh, just now when I got me some juice, jugo de Himaka. There you go.
Ooh, okay, nice.
Calorie juice, very Christmassy. It reminds me of Christmas a little bit. So every time I drink it, and I got myself, this is going to be my treat yourself post today.
All right.
I have a treat yourself post in my Discord. So this is going to be my treat yourself post today.
I love that.
It's my favorite.
Okay, now you made me realize that that's what made me satisfied. Was my iced coffee this morning. Getting up and making my iced coffee and then drinking that first refreshing sip in the morning.
Delicious.
Refreshing sip in the morning.
Delicious.
Out here in Southern California. Are you guys, am I lagging for the viewers? Can you guys let me know? Because every once in a while, I get some kind of weird message. And I don't know. I was just wondering. Okay. Okay, when's the last time you laughed so hard you either peed or cried?
Like, I don't know. I haven't had like a really good like laugh. I probably need to watch some comedies. I've been watching a lot of dramas. You know what? Ooh. Anybody who is trying to finish the glory, don't listen to me. There was a scene where like a potential baby's father and then the husband who was raising the child both met at a teacher-parent conference in the K-drama. And I like blew a gasket. I never laugh out loud at TV shows. But when they panned to his face and he was like, Dad of the Year, I was like, it was just too hilarious. I loved it. Holy shit. K-dramas, you take it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whose live it was because sometimes your live, Elosa's live, and Mac's live, or whatever, you guys will go from one to another, and then I get them all, they just become one big live to me. Like, I don't remember who was the actual host. But do you remember just yesterday or the day before when the guy said he has a doctorate in PhD?
Crystal. I wanted to
I almost fell out of my chair.
I was like, what is a PhD in doctrine?
What the hell? I almost laughed so hard. Like, I really was, I could not believe he said that. There was so many dumb things he was saying. And so when he said that, I just was like, What? Like, you could not have got dumber, but you just did. A doctor, a PhD was just crazy. That was just what?
It's I can't even laugh at that because it's just like the ignorance is just off the charts, you know, and I'm just like, am I really here?
And then,
Like, you know?
and when Bash was trying to ask him, like, okay, so where's your paper or whatever? He's like, what? It's like, dude, like, do you, like, research your lie before you tell it at least a little, okay? Like, what does it take to get a PhD? That could have been a Google thing before you went and lied about having a PhD. Oh, hey, Joyful, I forgot you left me a message and I haven't listened to it yet, Joyful. I'm sorry, but I love you. Thanks for just showing up. Okay, let's see. What was the last thing that made you cry?
Ooh. Well, Jeremiah did because, you know, I have a 14-year-old as well, and Jeremiah is 14. And just the thought of any harm coming to any hair on my child's head sends me into an absolute panic. It's like one of my worst fears. I would take anything in the world on so that my baby doesn't feel, see, hear, know anything bad, you know? And I can only imagine what their mom is going through right now, right? And so that really made me take a step back and really be thankful for the things that I do have in that sense.
Yeah, for sure.
I think
I cry about lots of stupid stuff, so I'm a crybaby. I cried this week when I realized how old Doug and I are. I'm gonna cry just thinking about it. And I think one day it's just gonna be one of us, and that made me sad.
that's definitely a valid fear, you know? It's like trying not, but one thing, and I hate TikTok so much because it's so cheesy, but something that I saw, and I don't know why TikTok knows what I'm thinking. It's creepy, but it was like, don't grieve the past or don't grieve the future, right?
Yeah,
don't grieve the future, and that helps me a lot.
that's true. I like that.
Right?
I do grieve the future so much you have no idea.
It's
I
simple,
hate it.
right? It's so simple. It's right there in front of you, and you're just like, oh, don't grieve the fucking future. I have to, and it helps you stay in the now, so that
It's true.
when that future comes, those memories are there to replace the grief it's going to muster up. But no need to grieve right here and right now. Put that inside of your heart for what? You know? Go
That's
ahead.
true. I love that. Thank you for sharing that with me. One time we were at a wedding, and you know, people cry at weddings, right? And my son said to me, Mom, he was pretty young at the time, probably just like 11 or 12 or something, but he never lets me forget this conversation. He said, Mom, why do people cry at weddings and stuff? And I said, oh, because they're coming to terms with their own mortality. And he goes, what? And I go, well, yeah, when you see people's milestones, it just reminds you how much time has passed and how fast life goes. And then you start to realize your own mortality and that it doesn't last forever. And that's what makes people cry. And so every once in a while, to this day, he is now 30-something plus years old. Okay, I'm not even counting anymore. He's too old. He's 35. He says, like if I'm crying at something, a funeral, a wedding, or whatever, he's like, Mom, you coming to terms with your own mortality? Like, shut up. Just shut up.
But I'll pull my card right now, okay?
Don't throw that shit at me, son. Okay, okay, what is your I don't. Let's see. What is something you purchased recently that is like a little guilty pleasure? Little fun something for yourself.
Well, besides my chemical, ooh, my walking pad. This walking pad has been the best purchase I've made this year in a really long time. Hey, TT Boo. Literally has been something that I've been wanting at my desk because I stand up. I have ADHD. Like, I can't sit for long periods of time without like doing something, being active. And my job is very stationary, right? So the only thing I can move really is my legs. So I was having a lot of back pain, just like the most comfortable chair would not help. Like, it was just like my body was so restless. So getting that walking pad, and I can just literally walk for 8 hours a day if I want to, which sometimes I just have that pent up energy, and it really helps. Plus, it's kind of helping me lose a little weight, but it's just to keep my body in a state of motion while my brain is focused on the job at hand.
That's good. I need to be more active. I am overweight, and I do want to lose weight. I've cut sugar almost completely out of my diet. I love sugar. God damn, I love sugar, and I hate it that I do, because otherwise I don't eat a lot. Like, I'm not an overeater. And people assume if you're overweight, that means that all you're doing is just fucking eating all day. But usually, at least for me, and I can only speak for me, is because I don't eat. When I do eat, it's not healthy enough, okay? And it's empty calories or something, you know? But like drinking, this has no sugar in it. So, and it used to. It used to have a lot of sugar in it, but I switched to just drinking like some espresso shots with a little milk and a little Splenda now, instead of chocolate syrup, caramel syrup, and whatever other sugar I could put in there. So I've done good on that. I just need to get up and walk more and be more active. So I am working on that, but not quite there yet. We just bought a car. We have been one car household since before the pandemic for 4 adults, and it sucks to live in a house with 4 adults and only have one vehicle. So here is my bougie little thing I bought for myself. Is that I got this little crystal keychain for my key fob and stuff, because I wanted to be bougie with my new car.
So cute. I love that.
So that's my cool little thing. But having another car has made it so I can get out. Okay, so I live in a neighborhood that's in orange groves, and so it's very hilly. And if you are a person who hasn't been active for a very long time and you want to start getting active, walking up and down hills is going to not make you want to do that. You're going to be like, okay, forget it. I tried. I'm going home.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm going to quit. But having a car now, I can drive down to the park and just walk around the park instead of trying to walk around my neighborhood. So that has given me the freedom to do that, and I like it. Okay, you guys, I am done with the icebreaker questions. If you have questions for Zenamae, the guest box is open. Put your requests in. Come on up. I'll also go over and check on the YouTube. If you are a little shy to come up, haven't been on a panel before, maybe you're just, a little embarrassed or shy or whatever, that's okay too. You can ask your questions in the chat and we will read them out, because we're like that.
I was gonna say, I think
we are like that.
I brain farted. Go ahead. Hey, Shelly.
Hey, Shelly, how are you?
I'm great. How are y'all doing today?
What you got today?
Good.
Doing good.
I'm not going to be long. I got to start getting ready for work here soon. But really, I just wanted to fangirl a little bit with Zena. I just love all your lives, your prompts. You ask such great questions. You're so supportive of the community. You're in everybody's live. and you're just such an asset to the community, and I just wanted to say thank you.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And same to you, Shelly. We always see Shelly in the comments. And I love Shelly came up on my live the other week, and it was really great to have you. So, of course, come anytime.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I wanted to thank you for doing the lives for those of us that are deconstructed or deconstructing. You know, you don't really see that very often, so I kind of like that you're, you know, keeping us, I don't know, kind of keeping us accountable in a way, and that kind of to show that the deconstructing process, I think for the most part, is ongoing. And, you know, there's always something you can learn. And, you know, I don't know if anyone's ever truly deconstructed. So I really like that aspect of it as well.
Thank you. Yeah, like, you know, that's the one thing. Holding myself accountable too. Like, as much as I can be like, this is what I'm seeing, this is what I'm hearing, I also have to do the same thing for myself. So I love when you guys come up, and I love when we share stories, because it helps me see something in myself maybe that I need to take a look at, that I need to break apart. And sometimes you guys give tools, right, that maybe somebody doesn't have the resource to find on their own, or maybe, you know, sometimes you're just not open to listen to certain people. But when you feel more comfortable in a safer setting, your ears can be open, your heart can be open. And that's, you know, kind of what I'm trying to create, you know, on my backup page here when I do those lives, you know, hold myself accountable. And I always tell people, I'm not an accountability person. I don't know what that means, right? But I know that if I see something, I always will say something. And I think everybody should do that, you know? So I love that. And I thank you so much for your support, Shelly, for real.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you to Crystal. You're a gem and such a...
Thank you, Shelly.
I mean, a blessing, I guess I'll say, but you know what I mean. You're such an asset to the community as well. So, again, I just want to say thank you, and have a great rest of your life.
Thank you,
Shelly, we appreciate you. You are also such a big support. Like, you don't know, people who are regularly in the chats make me so happy every time I see them. I feel like I'm like, oh, hey, there, you know, like I feel like I'm walking in a room and all my friends are there. So I really love seeing you every day. You really brighten up my day, just so you know.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm in a red dot in a very red state, so this is definitely a way that I can, you know, interact with my people, with my chosen family. And so, yeah, it's just been so great being part of the community. So thank y'all again. I'll quit babbling.
Thank you. You're fine. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. You guys, the guest box is open. Oh, and I forgot it. Oh, you know what? I went to check YouTube after all of this, and I never started it.
Oh, darn.
So it just started. It literally just started. Hey, CBJ over on YouTube. If you guys have questions on YouTube for Zenamae, just ask them in the chat. I'll go ahead and read them out to you. I don't have a call-in line set up right now on YouTube yet. We'll get that later. Eventually, I'll have all the goodies. I just don't have them yet. So Zenamae, when you were here last time, I don't know that it ended up being so much me worried about what was going on that I feel like I missed a lot of the things that I normally talk about with my guests. Like, I want to know more about your upbringing in Christianity and then how you deconstructed from it.
Hey, cousin. Ooh, that's a great question. Well, of course, you know, born Christian. My mom definitely an elder. My father, hey Forrest, my father, you know, a pastor. He had a lot of churches up and down the East Coast, and you know, a very structured, a very closed upbringing. Church every Sunday, Wednesday. If there's a revival going on, you're going there. But I think what really started to deconstruct me again was the slave trade. Honestly, thank you. That was a really, really big turning point for me in understanding that my people worship things outside of this religion, right? My people had culture. They had a family. They had, their own practices that were stripped from them. And just starting there and then just reading just reading the Bible, period, right? Like,
Yeah.
really got me deconstructing and saying, what am I afraid of? What am I doing here? And why am I trying to tell other people about this, Yeah. That's what really got me.
I think that it was the same but opposite for me. Like, when I start realizing what my people used this religion to do to other people, that fucked with me. That fucked with me in a way that I still have a real hard time with that. It's just like when I read the letter from, what is it, King Leopold? Is it Leopold?
King
wrote
Leopold,
the letter?
Third's letter, yeah, to the Belgian missionaries. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In the Congo.
You're not taught these things in school. You're just not. And there's a reason they don't want you to know. They won't be able to perpetrate the same shit again if we all know,
Big facts.
And so, yeah, I've had Joel recently ask me. He said, like, he wanted to know, and I think it's a good thing. I think every ex-Christian needs to ask themselves these questions. We're up here talking to Christians and we're saying, well, what do you think about the slavery in the Bible? But you're an ex-Christian. What did you think about the slavery in the Bible? What were you saying to yourself? And so Joel asked me, Crystal, what was it? What did you think? And I said, to be honest with you, I think I listened to my pastor on Sunday morning. And I think I didn't really look into it for myself. And I think that in reality, I believed all the thought-stopping things they told me to believe, like his ways are higher, and this wasn't the same. This wasn't the same. This wasn't chattel slavery or whatever. And instead of going, well, is my pastor telling me the truth? Maybe I should look into this or whatever. I think I just was like, okay, that's the excuse. And I think a lot of Christians do that. I think they just go, okay.
I have to agree, and I'll answer TT's question in a second, but I gotta agree with Thinker. I never really knew that was in the Bible. Like, it wasn't shown to us. It's just, something you read, and if you did question it, it was, oh, it's the culture, right? Or God has new covenant, like that. And you're just like, your brain kind of fizzles at it, but it not to the point where you're going to press against your pastor,
Right. Right. Exactly. So I don't remember talking about it either. To be fair, I don't remember talking about it. I'm trying to figure out, because obviously I don't really think there were any sermons about it in my church. My church was a Methodist church, and everybody looked like me. Everybody looked like me. So I don't think we talked about it. But I'm saying, if it was ever read to me, and I don't remember it, I would have to assume that I just fell for the apologetics and the excuses that it was bond servitude or whatever, because the minute I did realize what it was, I was like, what in the fuck? So I can't imagine that back then I wouldn't have been the same way, right? Like, so I don't know. I just don't think they talk about it. And if they do, they talk about it like it's bond servitude. It was common back then. It was blah, 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 and they just brush it under the table or under the rug or whatever. But yeah, that it was, I can't say that it was just that. There was so many things, and I can't even tell you like what chronological order of events it was, because even to this day, when I'm listening to you talk, when I'm listening to Mac and Oso and Ria and Christina and Thinker and everybody, every freaking day you guys give me something new. And I'm like, what? How could there be something even newer that I'm like, what the fuck?
It was a really, I think our brains tried to conceive what 400 to 500 years really was, but can we really conceive that? That's generations upon generations upon generations upon generations. Like, there's no way somebody accurately recorded everything that was happening. So when we find new stuff, it's just like, it's just another layer. Another layer. Yeah.
And so when you started deconstructing, were you deconstructing alone?
Yeah, I wouldn't even call it deconstructing at first. I started looking into my own ancestral spiritual practices. Really heavy, very heavy. And, I have some thoughts about that as well. But that's what pulled me out of the colonial religion, right? That colonial tie, that white supremacy there. It pulled me out of that religious thought process, and it helped me have pride in myself, in my culture, and stop. I mean, yes, we are victims, but if you open the door, right, that's just the first door, the first layer of, Black Americans, right, specifically Black Americans. But if you open the door, there's so much more to us. And I think having that hidden from me really messed with me. I felt very vengeful, if you will. I felt like y'all owe me something. I don't want money. I want my culture. I want what my grandmother should have had, right? What should have been passed down to us. A lot of people have things in their homes that are passed down from hundreds of years ago. Black Americans rarely have that privilege to have those items, right? To be able to have that tie back to Africa, if you will, outside of a DNA test. And that is traumatic in a way that I don't think a lot of people in this world, unless you are, one boat stop away like Black Americans, I don't think people in the world can grasp that. I want TT. So that vengeance really pushed my motivation to really break away from any idea of white Jesus, any idea that I'm lesser than any being walking on this earth. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I really could, because I cannot imagine, obviously, I cannot freaking imagine what it is like to be a Black woman in America, right? Let alone what this religion has done to specifically Black women, I can't imagine. I tried to, because I want to have empathy. I want to understand, I want to be a better person. I want to teach my children to be a better person. And if I my family and myself move forward, I have to try to put myself in that position. But it's been better to sit in your rooms and listen than to try to imagine, because I get to hear from you and I get to learn from you instead of trying to. I get to hear, and I think it's a much better way of coming to a place of empathy, I agree. Hey, Solovino, how are you today? Solo, are you with us?
Yeah, sorry, there was a little bit of a lag there. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Perfect. Let's see. Zena, I haven't been able to join one of your lives yet. And maybe let me see here. Yeah, I am following you. So So I don't necessarily know how what your story is, what your topics are typically are, but since you're someone who's deconstructing or has deconstructed, what are some of the answers that you still feel like you don't have an adequate response to? Because every now and then, I get someone up on my life who asks a question, and I'm just like, to be honest with you, I don't know the answer to that question. And I think that that's okay. I think part of being an honest seeker of truth is having that integrity to say, you know what, this is information I don't have. And so what are one of those questions or one of those areas in which people ask you about your deconstruction or your view of the world or whatever, to which you really just don't feel like you have an adequate answer?
Oh, I'm just very blunt. I'll say I don't know. I think one of the most powerful things you can do is to admit your knowledge gap, right? And then take it a step further and find resources together, right? If I don't know something, I'm more than happy to be corrected in a way where I can move forward with new information. Because if you're that kind of person who's never open to anybody sharing, things with you, then you're just going to be stagnant. And that's no opportunity for growth, So that's just me. Like I very much am happy to say I don't know, and I'll get back to you, best friend. For real.
I like that. Oh, he left. That was it. Well, TT did have a question. She didn't want you to forget, and it was, Zena, would you want to live forever?
Yes, on the condition though that I could choose my time of death. Or let me rephrase, that I could die. I want the ability to die. I don't want it to if it's, what I'm saying, sure, superpower, never gonna die, but I want the ability to be like, okay, lights out.
Oh, so if you change, you want to be able to live forever with the caveat that if you decide it's over, it's over. I like that.
Yeah, I don't want to be I don't want to be floating in space somewhere. I don't want that. That's all I can think about when people say, "Are you gonna live forever?" I'm like,
Yeah, that's true. Because I am neurodivergent. I have ADHD, and there is nothing I want to do forever. I couldn't do the same. I could not do forever. I tell people this. I don't know that everybody feels this way. I know for me, boredom and waiting for things can be almost physically painful for me. And I didn't understand that. And I wish we would understand that about kids more, because I think that kids get in trouble a lot because they get bored. And I don't think that's their fault. I think it actually can almost feel like physical pain when you're bored. And so they don't mean to act up or anything, but it's bothering them in a very physiological way. At least it did for me. And I can't imagine living forever and then being bored or something like that. Oh no.
yeah, that would blow my brain.
What else did TD say? I don't want to live forever. So you go.
Ooh, you're breaking up for me, Crystal.
When do you find the community, and when? Oh, okay. Let me give it a second here. Let me see something. Okay, is it better now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it's better. Okay. Now I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I forgot what I was saying. I have such bad ADHD. But anyway, yeah, I would not want to live forever. I could not do that thing, and I too would need an exit strategy for sure. For sure. Hey Jada, how are you?
Hey, Jada Boo.
Hi, cousin Boo, baby. How are you? You look so cute. I'm talking low because I'm in a shack. My son is asleep. But I have a couple of questions. One's kind of heavy and the other one might be kind of light.
Hold on, let me turn my phone up.
I'm turning mine up too because it might be low. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay.
I
So
can
the
hear
first question is, I know you say you come from a family that is deep in the church, and I believe you said they're still in the church. How, with your personality being what it is, how have you navigated talking and still being in communication with them? Because if I'm not, I don't know if I'm remembering correctly, but I think I've heard you say that you still communicate with them sometimes. But I might, yeah. And I was just wondering how those conversations go.
I'm just very blunt. Like, when you've been like, I've been to places where I literally was not allowed to speak to men. Right? You keep your eyes down while you're walking, and you don't look them directly in the eye. Right? I will never allow anybody to put me in a position like that ever again. And my family is very well aware of that. Very well aware. And because of what has happened in my past, and their negligence of it, it's not that I put it in their face or anything like that, but I very much I don't know how to put it. Like, I don't have any patience or tolerance for anybody who try to silence anything I have to say. But I'll say this: if I'm respectful, right? Like, I don't know if I'm answering, but I'll give you an example. About a year and a half ago, there was a situation that happened with my mom and her husband in Christmas, and I'm the kind of person that I will cut you off in a second. I don't care if you're my mother. I don't care if you're my father. I don't care who you are. If your presence or your voice causes me anxiety, causes me physical pain, causes me any type of distress, my therapist has empowered me to cut that shit out my life, with love and respect. My mother knows I love her, but my mom knows I will block her number in 2.5 seconds and leave it blocked for a whole year. And if I need to get to you, I can use my sister. I can use your husband, and I've got your house phone. But I'm not going to let you have access to me anymore. And that's when you find community outward. But having those conversations, I also learned that I have to respect their boundaries as well. And I know I'm about to talk out the both sides of my neck right now. But I respect my mother's boundary when she says she doesn't want to have a conversation about religion with me. I say, okay, that's fine, because we can't have a good conversation about it. And I know that it's going to end up in an argument, right? When it comes to my sister and asking her to actually read the Bible for herself, right? I'm not going to press it, I'm going to say what I need to say, but I'm going to respect their boundaries as long as they respect mine. And it really did hurt the first time I had to do that, because you love your parents, you love your sister, you love your community that you built. But what are you going to gain by allowing your boundaries to be pushed time and time again? That's no way to live. And I can't control everything around me. I can't control the government. Shit, I can barely control the job that I work. I can only control myself. So if it doesn't benefit me,
I want to be like you when I grow up one day. We're going to talk more about that. But my second question is, do your hairstyles represent parts of your personality traits? Because I swear you look like a different person to me every time I see you in a new hairstyle. Like I have a name
She
for three of your
does.
hairstyles now. Like right now, you're giving sweet, angelic Zenamae to you. Till you open your mouth and tell somebody off. But right now, it's giving sweet. And so... So
I
I'm
love
just
you,
wondering,
Jada.
do you give your hairstyles personality names?
No. Say no. I, my hair and I have a really sick and twisted relationship. I love her. She bothers me. She is a she though, like, and there's about 4 different countries in my hair, and if you know what I mean. Okay, we got here, we got back here, it's 4 different textures, 4 different places in the globe. If you know, you know. But no, I like to do my hair a lot. But I also don't like cleaning up, so it has to be a happy medium somewhere. So no, I don't name her. But
Well, I'll name today. You're Angela. You're giving cute little Angela. I love it. No, I just want you to know that I love the sound of your voice. For me, really, just brings me joy.
Yes.
I love being in a space wherever you are. I love the idea of you telling someone off because it's always on point and it's always so elegant. Even when you may not feel like it is, it really is. Like you chef's kiss almost every single time. It's just like, thank you, Zena, because you said everything I wanted to say. So I just love your shows. I love your topics. I love that you push the boundaries on your topics too, that you do tough topics, the things that people don't want to talk about, refuse to talk about, because it gives me strength and confidence to talk about those things with people as well. So I just want to thank you for your spirit and thank you for what you bring to this community.
thank you, Jade. I really, really appreciate that from you. I really appreciate it a lot. I try my best to hold myself accountable, and you know, I, I love people. I was telling Oso the other day, like I really value every single person that I come across in this community, on so many different levels. Like there are very hard days that I have, like extremely hard days, and some of those days I'm not on anybody's panel, right? But I see y'all live. I can go and just sneak in there and sit and hear people being there for each other sometimes, or just having conversations. And I feel like I'm at a cafe, right, where I may want to sit at a table by myself, but I want to hear the conversation. I want to be included. And I don't think you guys understand the impact you have on people like me who like fight. What is it like being a recluse like every day of their life? Like I promise you, I fight it every day of my life. But knowing that there's people in the community that I'm always able to reach out to. There's people in the community where I'm able to go out on trips with and build genuine friendships and relationships. We are so incredibly lucky to have found each other, and I'm incredibly lucky to find somebody like you, Jada, right? Like you are also somebody who helped me realize that I can do more than just have a freaking voice, right? I can post things. I can call people. I can check on people. I can do more. And, situations like yours, again, always help humble the shit out of me, and you're so strong. And I really love you guys. So, okay, I won't get mushy, but as much as you guys see
You're
me,
about to make me get mushy because I love you so much.
I really mean it. And saying I love you was very hard for me when I was younger. It was very hard. You would not catch me saying that to anybody, and I really mean it. It was very hard for me to express myself, for fear that I would just be rejected, and not rejected in like a man or woman kind of way, but rejected as just for your personality kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that there's so much protection and there's so much grace that you guys give, and it's again that hug that I feel all of the time from you guys. That's not something you can bottle up. You know, that's something that's very authentic, and I don't know, it touches me to my heart. So thank you.
I've noticed that that is a commonality amongst most of our community members, is that at one point in our lives we were too afraid to love or to give or to be who we really are because we were afraid of being rejected. That's like the commonality. Like, you're literally speaking to who I am right now, which is the fear of, like I was just telling my husband yesterday, how I want to get to know you guys so much better. I want you guys to know more of me, but I'm so afraid of being rejected. But you guys show me every day that you guys don't care. And I know that now I just have to get out of my own head about it. And so I love that we've all found each other, because we really needed this, I feel like, to keep going. I know some of us in the community wanted to meet the ancestors a while ago, and we decided to stay, and I'm glad we did, because we got to find the community that supports us for being who we are and holds us accountable. You know, we're not afraid, because we're all the people who want to be held accountable. We're not afraid of it. And so it's just a great space, and I'm so grateful for you guys being on the forefront. Like, I know most of you didn't really set out to be as big as you are, but you became that big because you're the examples that we've been looking for a long time. And we're grateful that you guys stepped up to the plate and giving us the confidence to want to step up to the plate too. So I'm so grateful that I've met you. I'm so grateful that we've began this hopefully lifelong friendship, and that we will continue to grow together away from the guy that has tried to tear us down for so long in our lives. So thanks, and I love you. Thank you for taking my questions.
I love you.
Jada, thank you for being here. We love you. You guys,
Oh, you know I love you, cookie baker. You know I love you. You making some cookies today? You sound like it.
I should make some cookies today. I haven't yet, but I should.
Make sure they're elevated cookies. All right, so with that said,
I will.
Let me stop before my son wake up.
All right. TT had another question for you, Zenamae. She said, "How do you keep de-stress from all? How do you like de-stress from all the lives?"
Ooh, I crochet.
Nice.
I watch K-dramas, and then I go to sleep.
Okay. I like that. That's a good way.
Oh, actually, I play Scrabble. I play the International Scrabble Club, and
You do?
I do. I've got my Gmail account, and I will, like, sometimes when I can't sleep at night, my brain is buzzing, or like sometimes in these lives, I'm not gonna hold y'all. Sometimes when people are just like, and I'm getting a little too worked up, and I know I can find myself getting worked up. I'll literally pop a quick 20-minute Scrabble game. It really does just relax my mind.
I love that. I love word games. I like crossword puzzles and just any kind of word games. I used to love playing words with friends and stuff like that. But yes, word games are great.
Garden, yes, I do.
Black Atheist Rant says, "I don't have my headphones. Damn, but I appreciate your content and live, Zena."
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I don't know who Amazing Manta sent stuff to. Was it you? Was it me? Because I get stuff, but they're apparently a Christian. They said, "Oh my God, that info I sent you yesterday was real and was from God. He was testing me. He told me your need." I think your God was wrong. I'm sorry to say that.
How did they find me?
You guys, the guest box is open. Do not forget, if you want to come up and ask Zenamae a question. I'm scrolling through because if
I was gonna say, I think not Zena, Christina is still live. So I don't know if everybody's gonna come, but I'm happy to be here for as long as you're here.
okay.
Come on up.
And I'm looking to see, because what I do is if somebody asks a question, I stop my chat so I don't miss it. And then I have to scroll down and see if there's anything new that came up. Okay. So you're deconstructing, you're by yourself. And then how do you find the community and then decide, wait, I want to start making content too?
Ooh, what a great question. What a great question. I don't know. I don't, even now, I don't feel like I'm a content creator. Like, I just started going live, honestly, when we started talking about deconstructing internal racism. I had a friend who I would go and mod for, and I would do lives with to really understand like the differences between prejudice, bigotry, racism, misogyny, misogynoir, and really knowing how that affected my life. And identifying when I come across that, how to navigate it, and doing those lives, it actually brought me to a lot of different circles as well. Because of course I also used to, like I said, I was very heavy in African spirituality. And again, I still am, but not in the aspect of it's different. It's more ancestral veneration for me than
I like that.
Than a spiritual thing, right?
And I hear that from a lot of people who deconstruct and who are either either have African roots or even people who are indigenous, who are like, well, I don't look at this as the same way as like I did when I was a Christian and I worshiped, Christ. This is more having to do with my ancestry, with my people, with my culture. And, and to be honest with you, I think that a lot of times there's pushback from Christians because a lot of Christians are white and we don't have culture. Everything we have, we've stolen from somebody. I'm sorry. That's just a fucking thing.
I get it. I get it.
Right? So then they get jealous, don't you think? And they're like, so then in order to deal with their own jealousy, then they have to kind of poo-poo like your beliefs and stuff, right? And dismiss them and call them demonic or whatever the fuck they come up with to dismiss them. And to me, like, I feel like they do the entire world a disservice when they do that, because I want to learn about your culture, but how can I learn about it if my people are destroying it everywhere? Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, they just ruin everything.
And that's a really, a side of deconstruction a lot of people don't like to touch, and just reconciling that. And sometimes it's okay to have like a reservation about something or someone because of your past, right?
Yeah.
As long as it's not violent, as long as you're not like, you know what I'm saying? There's a difference there. Right. Getting to the truth of who you are can be very difficult. It can, especially if you don't have the resources that a lot of other people do have, So that's, kind of what those lives were about. And I got a lot of books, a lot of information, but I started to also understand, and I actually spoke to Thinker about this, believing that I had the power to influence people's life outside of my own. That's not for me personally, that was a coming to Jesus moment, if you will, on my spirituality walk, control yourself, control what you can only control, your own energy field, whatever you want to call that. Like, That's what I believe. I don't believe that I can conjure up something to fuck somebody else up, you know? And that really messed with me. I'm not gonna hold you, and it still does to this day. And there's still some things I can't explain. I'm gonna tell you right now, there's a lot of things that I cannot explain. And I just shrug my shoulder and I just keep it pushing. You know, that's not
Yeah. There are things that I used to believe in that I don't now, but I did believe on them because I had an experience. Like I used to believe in ghosts and stuff, okay? Because I've had some experiences that were completely unexplainable, but I don't really believe in ghosts now. And I also go, well, I don't know what happened then, but I don't believe it was ghosts. I just don't, you know. I do believe that I saw what I saw. I do believe I heard what I heard. I do believe I had all my faculties at that moment in time too. But the reality is that if I was young when certain things happened, and I'm sure if I had a scientist come in, he could explain it all to me in some kind of natural aspect. But yeah, I get that. I really do. And I think that one of the things I learned about being live and doing lives and stuff like that is all these things that I think are ugly or weird or maybe something I don't like about myself or I fought with myself or, have had to overcome. I am not alone. And the more I talk about these things, the more I find out like, oh, I am not so unique. I am not so special. I am not the only one. And I thought I was because we don't talk about these things. Not because I'm the only one. It's just we just don't talk about them and stuff. And the more we talk about them, the more I learn ways to like, the more I learn, just in general. Gosh, I should just say that. The more I learn, I don't know. I think that sometimes when you're deconstructing, you just feel very alone, and you're not. And there's a lot to deconstruct. I say that all the time. The deconstructing, the believing in the Jesus part is only the beginning. Because there was so much bullshit that went with believing in that Jesus that you have to deconstruct after that. There's so much. And I'm still doing it. I always say this too. I feel like I'm going to be deconstructing my whole life. And I think I'm okay with that.
I agree.
The more I listen to like Thinker and Justin and Joel and Mezzo and even, even when I see new creators pop up that I've never seen before, but I'll see them in my FYP or whatever, I still learn something all the time. It just amazes me. We read Exodus this week. We're still in Exodus. By the way, on Wednesday, non-believers Bible study. This has only been going on a year, people, and we're only in Exodus. But anyway, we're moving along. And we read this story about the golden calf. And, I knew, I knew, but I think you know of the stories, but you don't know the story, Yeah. And so I go and I read the story, and Moses begs God to not unalive all those people after they make the golden calf. He begs him, please don't do this. God says, okay, I won't do it. And then Moses goes and gets a bunch of people and does it anyway. What was the fucking point of that story? And I think, how did I not know that story before? And why I have had to have heard that story before. What the fuck did I think the first time I heard that story?
Like what was going on in your brain, right?
Yeah. Because this time it's really clear to me that 3,000 people were unalive for no fucking reason. And how come the first time I read that story, I didn't think that? Like, I don't get it, you know? But you guys make me look at things differently. You make me ask different questions. That's one thing I really like about you. Your questions, Zenamae. You ask questions, and I want to say this, like, in the beautiful way a child will ask a question, where you're just like, they make you just look at things so fresh and new when they ask a question, right? And that's what you do in your lives with your topics.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
I
genuinely, when I tell people a lot of times, like, I genuinely am asking, like, when I bring up a question, I genuinely am trying to understand your thought process here as a Christian. Because when I was a Christian, I didn't see this, but now that I'm presenting it to you as a Christian, how are you reconciling this? You know? So yeah, I definitely understand that 100%.
Yeah, it I don't know, it just gives me, and the same, like, I like the questions thinker, and sometimes when you ask a question, it brings out a new question in me. Does that make sense? Like, it's not even that I'll go like, oh, that's a good question, because it is, but then I'll go, oh, so then what about this? What does this mean to them? You know, or whatever. And it's just like, I love it. It's always a fresh look, because we're not just deconstructing religion. It includes misogyny, racism, and a mindset. So many things. You're right. It really is. You guys, the guest box is open. If you have questions for Zenamae, I know I'm talking to her, but you can interrupt by coming up and asking your questions. You can ask them in chat. You can ask them on YouTube. I'll be happy to ask for her if you're too shy to come up. But this is all about Zenamae today, so feel free to come on up. So you decided to start going live. How long ago did you start going live?
I don't know. that's a real hard. I honestly don't, like, because this is not like my only like circle that I frequent. There's other circles that I frequent. So I honestly I cannot tell you when's the first time I started going live. I just press a button, like, okay, let's chat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because usually it's just with friends at first, but then we start doing some topics, and you're like, okay, well, you know, now I'm talking to strangers, and oh, well, I see this lady's video, I agree with her. But you know who brought me really into the deconstruction was Rhea. I've known Rhea for a long time, years now. And we've been in several little life circles together. And I really love her as a sister. Like, that is my sister. And she's the one who really helped me think about deconstructing spirituality the way that I have. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Rhea is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like sometimes Rhea is underrated as a content creator. Like, I don't think people really, she's just another powerful woman on this stuff. Like, I'm sorry, I love you all. Okay, I can't help it. You guys are amazing people. And so people have been noticing that I've been doing my makeup lately. So I want to tell you guys, like, when I started on this app, I was severely depressed. I have a bipolar disorder, what they used to call manic depressive disorder. And when they first diagnosed me with manic depressive disorder, I didn't know that that was a type of bipolar. I didn't know that that's what that meant or anything. I just thought that meant that I was severely depressed, because that's how I always felt. I don't feel the mania that other people feel with bipolar. Like, it's not the same for me. Mm-hmm. And so when I started on the app, this is embarrassing. I'm going to share this all with you guys today. If you go back to all Crystal's old videos, I'm just sitting in bed. I'm sitting in bed. My hair's not done. Have no makeup on. Might even have the same shirt on I had the day before, because I was so depressed. I was deconstructing alone. I had lost a business. My best friend had passed away, and I was diagnosed with cancer. And it was just, it was a hard time for me. And as I got to know people in the community, and I've shared this with CrystalJae because I've actually sent her the pictures to show her. So CrystalJae's in the comments right now. I've sent her snapshots to see the progression. And then you'll see that I'm like not in bed anymore, but I still like don't have my hair really done or anything. Like I'm just not in bed anymore. And then eventually you'll see I start like doing my hair because I'm starting to feel better. So it becomes this progression. And I really believe it has a lot to do with this community, with people like Rhea and like Christina Carroll and G-Spot and stuff. Rhea made me start thinking about skincare. I know it sounds stupid, but I was like, I need to start loving myself again. And it should start with me caring about some basic things like skincare. So I started like learning from her a little bit about skincare. And if you don't follow Rhea, you should, because she's got great skincare information, as well as the fact that if Rhea was rich, she wouldn't be rich because she'd give all the money away. All of it away 100%, okay? She is so philanthropic. You have to follow her. She is amazing. She has the biggest heart. She really does. She just wants to help her community and her people. And she's just amazing. So I started learning about some skincare basics from her. And then I started watching Christine Carroll and her makeup. And, and then eventually I was like, okay, I'll wear some lip gloss. And I started by like just wearing lip gloss. And then I was like, okay, I'll put on a little mascara and lip gloss, And then I was like, okay, now I'll do my eyebrows and mascara and lip gloss and stuff. So it was a little progression for me, but it was because I was like coming out of that deep, dark depression. And a lot of it was because this community. I would say that was the main reason, was this community, and just really, you guys build each other up. And we talk about things like religion and politics and stuff like that. But aside from that, this community is always trying to lift each other up. We're trying to promote each other. We're trying to help each other when we're down. We try to raise money for each other. We like, I feel more real love and real friendship in this community than I ever did in any church ever. That's just the truth.
I can certainly understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And anyway, Rhea was a big reason for me to start change. So I actually used to look like this, okay? I did used to do my makeup and stuff, and I did used to care. But when you have mental illness, it can really, can really knock you for a loop now and then.
It sure can.
But that was another thing that I used to be like not talk about either. But this community makes you realize it's okay to talk about your mental illness. It's okay to remind everybody, take your meds. All of y'all, go take your meds, drink your water, do the good things. But yeah, it's just another part of the community that makes me feel safe, if you will,
I agree, yeah. I love that part, and I love that aspect. I agree.
So, Zenamae, what is next for you?
Just keeping up with TikTok, doing what I do, like, I don't know where this is gonna take me, but I'm here for the wave. Definitely. And I enjoy learning. I enjoy just, hearing other people's perspective on things. So we'll see how it grows.
I like that. I like that. Have you considered doing a podcast or anything? Because I love your voice.
I do not have the patience for that. I really don't. I think about it every now and then, but the way that I would literally have to just show up. Somebody would have to run it. And I don't know if I can relinquish that much control to somebody, because I'm going to want to be like, I want X, Y, and Z done, but they may be like, well, if I'm doing all of this, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I haven't found that perfect partner, match. YouTube is coming soon. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's good.
YouTubes, especially with my deconstruction side conversations that I have. I definitely want to start clipping those and putting them on YouTube. Thank you, amazing. And just kind of seeing what feedback I get, and what vibe. I've been encouraged to do it for a while now, so I actually got it up and running. So we'll see what happens with actually starting that and broadcasting and whatnot. That's exciting.
Yeah, I need to get a new computer, because the easiest way to do YouTube is to go from TikTok Studio to YouTube through OBS or Streamlabs, one of those, doesn't matter which one. But right now I'm doing the old-fashioned way, where you stream on your phone and then you capture over on Chrome, and then you send it to OBS out to YouTube, which is all a pain. And I hate it, but my computer's not fast enough to run TikTok Studio and OBS, so I have to get a faster computer. But once you do, it is really nice to have the broader audience too. I think that you'll do very well on YouTube. I really do. Yeah, and if you want, I'm sure that Benny wouldn't mind broadcasting you to YouTube now and then when you go live, just so you can see what it's like on the Deconstruction Junction YouTube channel. He does that for Mezzo, because Mezzo doesn't want to mess with YouTube. And so it goes pretty well for them over there. Okay, so next you're riding the wave. You're gonna just see where everything goes and stuff. And you don't have any plans for a podcast or anything. Have you ever thought, though, of writing a book?
Well, I have, but then ADHD, I can't finish anything. So it's I do have a book, that's in a file somewhere from 2010 that I've been working on for ever, but I'll never release it. I'll never. Oh no! I don't know. I feel like it's just my own little diary of just my life. And
that's cool.
Yeah, just that that perspective that I just don't want to lose my thoughts. I lose my memory is so terrible, so I keep a lot of notes and I try to at least remind myself of, here's a thought, a moment in time, something, stop, write it down, and that has been working for me. Just to capture moments, and I've been doing that for a long time. But I don't know. I used to write a lot of poetry. I used to do a lot of stuff like that. But, life sometimes just, it takes the creativity out of you, and you really have to force yourself to. But when you have to start forcing yourself to do it, then it's just
yeah.
So I let things come just very naturally to me. If I want to pick it back up, I'll pick it back up. I don't force myself to be creative anymore,
That's the same way I am now. Also on any issue in my life now, I stopped. I think that having ADHD a lot of times, and mental illness, it's masking and forcing yourself to do things that you normally wouldn't fit into or whatever, because it's what you think you're supposed to do. Right? So you're oh, everybody else does this, I should do like everybody else or whatever. I don't know. But once I started realizing, for instance, journaling, I suck at it. I want to be good at it. It looks so cool to journal, right? And about a year or so ago, let me see, I have one right here actually. I started bullet journaling, and I made this journal. Oh, see, it was 2023. I made this journal. But when I made it, when I started it, I told myself, you are going to stop doing this at some point. You'll just not pick up this journal again. And when that happens, you're going to have to be okay with it. You're going to have to go, oh, well, you didn't pick up that journal again.
When I buy things for like arts and crafts or anything like that, I know that this money is probably not going to have a return unless I'm making it bank. And I just have to be okay with that. There's not going to be a return on this investment. And the investment is just a couple of hours of dopamine for the next 2 to 3 months, and then that's it.
Exactly. Once I started coming to terms with that, I also stopped having guilt and shame. You know what I mean? Because, I don't know, like guilt and shame are so easy for me. But I started going like, I don't have to feel bad that I didn't fill out the journal. I don't have, like that, it's not a moral issue. It's just not, you know? So, yeah. So that really did help for me to give myself permission to not complete shit. Like, just be like, okay.
Give me 1 second, Crystal. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. While she is doing, taking care of something, you guys keep tapping the screen. Can we get to 25,000 likes? I'm at almost 2 hours live now, so our likes should be way higher than that. I know there's only 20 of you in here right now, but if we can get those likes up, I'd really appreciate it. I also have a gift goal today of the little high bears. So if you can, they're 10 coins each. Send up a high bear. If not, you can send up roses, lightning bolts. But don't forget to send the heart me's. Once you send a heart me, make sure you go back up there and claim all your points so we can be pushed up in the team rankings this week. That's true. You can journal doing videos, Anita. That's true. Also, I am looking for more subscribers. I have 77 right now, but I'd like to get back up over 100 subscribers. It's less than a cup of coffee a month. You are subscribed to Netflix, Hulu, Paramount Plus, and the Disney Channel, and you don't watch any of them because you're here every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year. I'm going to mod you, Chai right now. So yeah, why don't you cancel some of those subscriptions and then come subscribe to small creators like myself, like Zenamae, and support small creators because we're better than those stupid channels that you never watch. So we give you more entertainment. And by the way, I bring you great creators like Zenamae, and I have more creators coming up. Do you know who is going to be on my show? I'm so excited about this. Ian is going to be on my show. I'm pretty excited about it. I can't hear you though. Are you muted?
Sorry, I've been talking this whole time, and my cat in human form. I don't know what my meow meow is. She's somewhere. I don't know where she at. She does her own thing. She just pops out whenever she wants to. But I think that's amazing, Crystal, that Ian's coming. Are you excited?
I am really excited. Okay, so most of the time when I have creators on, we're on the same, like we know each other from somewhere. You know what I mean? But Ian doesn't know me. I only know of Ian. And so I'm really, really excited that he's agreed to be on my show. I think that, I'm sorry, it is that they have decided to be on my show. And I just find Ian to be very smart, obviously, okay? But also just a really chill person. Like, I want to be able to maybe harness some of that calm energy that they project all the time because they really do. And I really like it. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. We also have Benny and Seth are going to be on the show. Wait, I will tell you because I do keep a calendar on this stuff. I promise you guys I do. I have Benny and Seth, Dark Knight, Tahir and Garnet, and then allegedly Ian, and I also have other people in the works. Sometimes it's just nailing down when we can get together. I'm going to tell y'all right now, everybody should send Daniel Green a message and tell him to book with me because he's supposed to be on my show too, but it's hard for us to book because he's in Australia and I'm in California, so. But, yeah, but Benny and the Seth are going to be.
That would be fun.
Yeah, so I'm excited. And if you are a creator, it doesn't matter how big or small you are. I just love having our creators on my show. And so if you want to be on my show, just send me a DM either on TikTok or Discord and let's hook it up because I'd love for more creators to be on my show. I like meeting the newer creators, and obviously I love interviewing the creators who've been around a while and stuff. I just like meeting all of you. Just fun getting to know everybody. It really is. Yeah, so you guys, it is almost time for everybody's favorite game, Divine or Decline. So if you are in the chat, Schley, Forrest, you guys should come up and join us for Divine or Decline. Don't leave Zenamae up here alone. That would just be rude. Don't do that.
Look, they've done it so far, so I'm like...
Help is on the way, dear.
Anybody else want to come up?
I don't know what this game is, though. Now, did I get trapped up here?
Maybe.
You are trapped. You're going to love it, Forrest. It's going to be your favorite game you've ever played ever. I have to get a couple more verses. So you guys talk amongst yourself for a minute, okay?
Oh, wait, are we playing Is This in the Bible or Not?
Kind of, yeah. So I'm going to read for you a verse or a phrase. And if it's from the Bible, you're going to say divine. If it's not from the Bible, it's decline. And that means it's either from the Quran, the Book of Mormon, or I made it up. So you have to decline if it's from the Quran, the Book of Mormon, or I made it up.
Okay,
and you guys, if you are a subscriber, you have special stickers. Drop the divine or decline stickers in the chat right now so everybody can see the cool stickers that you can use to play the game. But I need a couple more verses real quick because I didn't do I lost my homework. My dog ate my homework, you guys.
And my evidence for God goes to another school.
Yeah.
Whose cute little baby is that in the sub stickers?
That's my granddaughter. Isn't she adorable?
Yeah, that's a cute baby.
Okay.
Didn't you say two of your kids go to Harvard?
My son went to MIT and his wife went to Harvard.
Yeah,
and that's their smarty little child in that picture.
Yeah, wow.
What a cute baby.
Yeah, I don't think all babies are cute, and I would just be quiet if I didn't think the baby was cute. I wouldn't be mean or say anything, but that's a cute baby.
Thank you. She's my sweetie pie. She has so much curly hair right now. It's adorable. Those are her a while ago. Okay, let me count and see how many I have now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we have the questions. Anybody else want to come up? Etc. Do you want to come up? Anybody else want to come up and play the game with us? You guys, you know you're welcome. Chai, do you want to come up?
Can you read them like the Decon?
Then, I can if you would like. I can do that for you. I wish I had a little fan. I could, fan myself. Oh, you're working. Okay, I understand, honey. All right, you guys, here we go. Yes, let's get the likes up to 30,000, please. Okay, I won't tell on you, etc. I won't tell on you. Schley, how are you today, by the way? I haven't heard your beautiful voice yet.
Hi, I'm good. I'm trying to get my charger to like stay charging. It's
Thanks for coming up
doing a
and
thing.
playing.
Oh, hi. Yes, it's so good to meet you. I just followed you. And hi, Forrest. Hi, everybody.
Good afternoon, everyone.
I'm
Okay,
notoriously bad at this, by the way. Just disclaimer.
listen, this
Look,
is
you
my
and me both. I
disclaimer.
always lose. Oh, go ahead, Crystal. I'm sorry.
This is my disclaimer for all of you. Everybody sucks at this game. That's what makes it fun because we can all suck together. Okay?
Okay.
The reality is that the Book of Mormon and the Quran were stolen from the Bible. So that's what makes the game confusing. And that's why I like it. Okay, we're going to start from the bottom up when I ask, okay? So I'm going to ask the question, and then I'll ask each one of you whether it is divine or decline, okay? All right. We're starting. Number 1. For in it the righteousness of God is revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, but the righteous one will live by faith. Zenamae.
I'm going to say divine.
Okay. Forrest.
I guess I have to agree. Yes, divine.
Okay. Schley.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I forgot where the button was. I'm going to say divine. I don't know if
Okay.
it's the last, you said live by faith. Ooh, I don't know.
It
I think it's
says,
divine.
but the righteous one will live by faith.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
going with divine.
Divine. All right. Chai Chai.
I'm gonna go with divine. I think it's divine.
Okay. All
But the way
right.
you saying
Phoenix.
okay. Wait, why are you saying okay like that? Why are you saying okay like that, Crystal? Like, wait.
Listen,
You're not divine?
I play
Is it
poker,
decline?
so don't fall for any of my bullshit, Chai Chai.
So, I'm not sure what the game is, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay. I'm reading a verse, and if it's from the Bible, by the way, the Bible I use is the New American Standard Bible because it's copyright free. If it's from the Bible, it's divine. If it's from the Quran, the Book of Mormon, or I made it up, you say decline. Okay? So I'll read it again, and then you tell me whether this is divine from the Bible or decline from anywhere else. Okay? It is, for in the righteousness of God is revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, but the righteous one will live by faith. Phoenix, is that divine or decline?
I'm going to say decline.
I'm gonna change my
All right.
mind. I'm gonna say decline.
Okay. Oh, Javarius is here. Yay. Because Javarius needs to do my show too. Javarius, you and I need to talk after the show so you can be one of my guests, okay?
Yeah, no
Javarius,
problem.
did you want to guess on that one?
He said decline in the
I'm-
comments.
I'm gonna go decline. I'm gonna go against the crowd.
Okay, that was divine. That was Romans 1:17.
Let's
Boom.
go.
Oh, Crystal! It's your
It was divine?
Faith to faith. Faith to faith is what messed me up.
Oh my
though.
Wait, I missed it.
Wait, was it
Wait,
divine
it
or
was
decline?
It was divine.
It was divine.
Divine.
No, I said
Romans
divine. No, I
1:17.
said divine.
Somebody just brought up Romans
I
1:17
blame
through
Crystal.
19 to me last night.
I know, Church, I tried to get you to not change your answer to. I'm like, don't.
Oh,
don't
when you
change
said
your answer.
okay, when you said the okay, I'm like, wait, why she say okay like that?
Okay.
And then I'm
Okay, do you like that?
Oh,
Okay, next one. For do you not know that the same creator that created you also feeds the mouse and the chick? Will he not provide more for his children? Zenamae.
Decline.
I'm gonna.
Forrest.
That doesn't sound like Old Testament. I'll decline.
Schley.
I decline. I'm tempted to be contrary, but yeah, I decline.
All right, Chai Chai.
I decline. You're not gonna get me on this one. I decline.
Okay, Phoenix.
That's divine.
Okay, and Javarius.
I will go decline. Yeah, that's how we play. Yeah.
That is decline. That is just made up bullshit. From
Fuck
the
yeah,
Book of
because the
Crystal.
mouse and the chick, like
Yeah,
it
the
talks
mouse
about
and the
like
chick is
some.
what.
It talks about old animals like rock badger in the hay.
And ox and donkey. I don't know. What
Camel
else is in
and
the
sheep.
Bible.
All right. Okay, next.
Uh,
You
Crystal, can I ask
are you ready?
Can I ask
Sure.
you? I have one quick question for you. So who's the best DJ in the Bible?
Oh, it would be David because he rocked Goliath. No, that's how he fell asleep. I don't know.
That's actually a good answer.
It's actually Jesus because he turns tables.
Okay, that works. I was almost gonna go with David because he rocked Goliath, but he rocked him to sleep.
Yeah,
I love that.
David's the best babysitter.
Oh, no.
That's true. Okay, that's true. David's the best babysitter. I couldn't remember. Okay, you stubborn, stiff-necked people. How long must I tolerate you? My wrath burns while you whore yourself out to other gods. My patience wears thin. Zenamae.
God is kind of a vengeful little, but I'm not sure if he said it like that though. Ay. Decline.
I'm going divine
Okay.
because I know that somebody just read me a verse yesterday where they were talking about they were trying to justify slavery, and they said the people were stiff-necked at the time, and they read the verses stiff-necked yesterday. So I'm going to say divine.
Okay,
I'm-
Slay.
I'm saying divine too, because I remember reading about a stiff neck. I precisely remember. I'm so full of shit.
Chai.
I remember the stiff neck, but I think you add like a little bit of sauce in there, Crystal. So I don't know.
Crystal sauce. I like how you did that.
Yeah, you add a little crystal sauce in there, I think. I don't know. Decline.
All
Divine.
right, Phoenix.
Decline.
Phoenix.
It's divine. I read this last week.
Okay,
I
Javarius.
think divine. I changed my
I'm-
mind. Divine.
I'm laughing at Chai changing her answer like 7 times.
Me too. I love her.
I'm going divine. That's 1,000% divine. That sounds like the Old Testament God I know and love.
Well, I made that up because I heard the word stiff-necked people in the Bible
Damn
this
it.
week too.
Oh.
And I wanted to use the word whore in a Bible verse.
Patience wears thin.
Put a little sauce in there.
Patience wears thin sounds like an angry mom.
Right?
No, that's the part that really got me, Crystal. I was like, yeah, God would call me a whore. He would.
Right.
He
right?
definitely
I was like,
would.
I need to use one where I call these people a whore and they're stiff-necked, and then I
That was
couldn't
good one.
think
That
of
was
how to
good
end
one.
it.
Cool.
Okay. Thus we make some of the wrongdoers befriend one another because of what they used to do. Zenamae.
Say it again.
Thus we make some of the wrongdoers befriend one another because of what they used to do.
I'm gonna say decline on that one.
I'll go decline.
All right. Who dropped
Divine.
down?
Phoenix.
Who did we lose?
The Phoenix guy.
Phoenix. Okay.
Phoenix said
Okay, and Chai.
I don't remember that, so I'm gonna do decline.
All right, Javarius.
All right, I'm locked in with whatever Zena picks. I'm gonna pick, so I'm going to decline.
Okay, that is decline. That's
let's
from the
go.
Quran.
All right.
Al Anam 6:129. If you want to look it up. Okay.
Wait, which one is that? That's Quran?
Yeah, that's the Quran. Al Anam is the book or whatever. 6:129. Okay. And he summoned the crowd together with his disciples and said to them, if anyone wants to come after me, he must deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. Zenamae.
Divine.
All right, Forrest.
I hate to do this to ruin it for everyone, but I think that is literally Luke 14:27.
All right, Schley.
I'm going with divine.
All right, Chai.
Yeah, I think that's divine.
Divine.
Darius. It is divine, but it was not Luke. It was Mark 8:35. 34. So put that in your cross reference there.
Put that in your cross reference and smoke it.
I like when sometimes the panel is all very sure that they know, and so they'll be like, oh, yeah, and then they all get it right, and I like to screw with you guys sometimes and go, nope, that was...
Like close, but no.
You can tell that it's copied though, because that's literally what it says in Luke 14:27. It's just different words. It's like if I looked over at Zena's paper and I couldn't really show my work, so I scribbled some numbers, but I got the same answer.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's see. Taste, you who were powerful and noble. Zenamae.
What?
Taste you are powerful.
Freaky Bible verse.
Taste.
Taste, you who are noble.
Now listen again, you guys. Taste. Explanation point. You who were powerful and noble. Zenamae.
Yeah, I'm gonna say decline. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna match the freakiness of this verse and just go ahead and say it's divine.
Okay.
I'm doing the same. Let's go.
All right. Chai.
I'm going to say decline. I never heard of that.
Okay, Javarius.
Well, Forrest hasn't led me astray before, so I'm gonna go divine just because I love this verse.
Not a good judge on this, but I've been right every time.
The Bible is weird enough to have just a sentence that says taste, and that's it. You know?
Yeah,
It brings up that verse that says, "Open your what does the verse say in the Bible? Open your mouth.
Open your mouth, and God will fill it.
Yes, baby, do that.
Yeah. You should do that. But this one was declined because it's from the Quran, 44:49.
Oh, I got one. Well, I don't know how many I got right.
Welcome in,
David
Christina Raiders. Welcome in, everybody. We are playing Divine or Decline. If you're a subscriber, hit those Divine or Decline stickers. Thank you all for coming in. I appreciate you. I hope you guys had a great show this morning. I listened this morning. I was going to try to come up for a bit, but you guys had a great show early today while I was there. Okay, next. And I said unto him, then ye do not understand them, for they truly testify of Christ. Behold, I say unto you that none of the prophets have written nor prophesied, save they have spoken concerning this Christ. Zenamae.
Say it again one more time.
Yeah, for me.
That's a long verse.
It is a long verse. And I said unto him, then ye do not understand them, for they truly testify of Christ. Behold, I say unto you that none of the prophets have written nor prophesied, save they have spoken concerning this Christ.
None of the prophets have spoken to. I haven't been wrong yet. I don't know. Say it one more time.
Okay.
One more time.
And I said unto him, then ye do not understand them, for they truly testify of Christ. Behold, I say unto you that none of the prophets have written nor prophesied, save they have spoken concerning this Christ.
I'm going to say decline.
Yeah, this is tough. I think this is Book of Mormon. I'll decline.
Okay, Schley.
Oh, shoot. I don't know. It sounds like a bunch of nothing.
You mean like the rest of the Bible? Yeah, exactly.
Shit. Okay, it doesn't matter. Decline. There you go. Final.
Chai. Final answer. Chai.
I honestly don't know on this one. I'm gonna go with decline because I really don't know.
Okay, Javarius.
Oh, 1000% decline. It sounds like something from the Mormon would say.
Hello, Saray. What's up? How are you today?
Greetings. I'm well. How are you? What's up?
You're so cool.
Something like that type shit on God.
Okay, so divine or decline? Alosa, what do you say?
I'm a trendsetter, divine.
All right, well, that was decline. That was the Book of Mormon. It was
Let's
Jacob
go. That's extra
7:11.
points right there. That's extra
That
points right
is.
there.
That is.
Did I say divine
Okay.
or decline? What did I
Wait,
say?
so how many points do we have? Who's been tracking the points?
You,
I think
the
Zena
only
wins.
person who hasn't got one wrong is Zenamae, and I just was being freaky, and I said approve on that verse. Otherwise, I would have said decline. But Zena hasn't been wrong yet.
Zena's been okay.
I think.
Hell
And if you have, it's only been once.
No,
Zenamae,
she hasn't
you
been
know
wrong.
that
I've been keeping track.
you're cooking everybody. Okay, ready? So that we confidently say, the Lord is my helper, I will not be afraid. What will man do to me? Zenamae.
The Lord is my helper. Wait a minute.
It sucks
The
that you have to
Lord
go.
is
It sucks
my
you have to go
helper.
first too.
Say it again. Say it again. Hold on.
Okay, so that we confidently
The Lord is my
say,
helper,
the
sister.
Lord is my helper, I will not be afraid. What will man do to me?
What version of the Bible is this?
The New American Standard.
Wait a minute.
Or the
This one might get me, y'all. This one
Crystal.
might get me. This one might get me for real.
Sounds like a book of
Yeah, I
Crystal
feel like
to
I'm
me.
gonna decline it, but it's only because the word helper is in it. But I feel like it could be like a translation of something else. I'm gonna say decline for like 90%, but there's like a 10% in me that's gonna claim if it's
Can I convince you to go with the 10%?
No, you guys abandoned me. No, I'm joking. Yes, let's go for it. We'll go for it.
What is it? What's your answer now? I'm confused.
Oso pick. Go Oso. You pick. I don't know.
Divine.
Oso says divine.
Just like Loretta.
I'm declining.
Okay,
I'm declining.
Okay, decline.
I'm gonna stick with Oso. I'm gonna go.
This is a good game, by the way. Oso seems confident, which scares me.
Amir, thanks for the subscription.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
W sub.
Okay, Chai, what did you decide?
I think I'm going to decline.
All right, Javarius.
He went with Oso. He says it's real.
Divine.
Okay, and Oso obviously says divine. And Oso is obviously right. That is Hebrews 13:6. I was trying to find it. I want to see what it says.
You know that verse off the top of your head, Oso?
It was the helper.
I just have a really good
Intuition.
I thought it was like my help comes from
spirit
the
of
Lord.
discernment. Sorry.
Also
Let's
has
see
the
what
spirit
it
of
says.
discernment.
Oh, this is the same Bible. I was going to read it in another Bible, but I picked up a New American Standard Bible accidentally. Okay, I can't tell you. You have to look it up and see what it says in another version, but it's Hebrews 13:6. All right, number 9. And now, if I have no authority for these things, judge ye, for ye shall know that I have authority when ye shall see me, and we shall stand before God at the last day. Amen. Zenamae.
Can I ask if it's Old Testament or New Testament?
No.
Ooh, Crystal. I don't like that face that you're doing. That's a great poker face. I hate it. Ooh.
Read it
She's
once.
tricky.
Read it once
And I'll
more.
say it one more time. Her face is too
Okay.
big. I can't tell.
And now, if I have no authority for these things, judge ye, for ye shall know that I have authority when ye shall see me, and we shall stand before God at the last day. Amen.
What version of the Bible is this?
NASB.
New American
Standard Bible. That's a lot of ye's.
Divine.
I guess y'all figured out why I asked the question.
I think we figured it out on the last one.
I'll say divine.
I'll go decline.
All right.
There's too many ye's for what you've been saying in the NASB. Too many ye's.
I guess decline.
Chai
Am I
chai.
delayed a little bit? Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm sorry, Crystal. Can you repeat that again?
Sure. And now, if I have no authority for these things, judge ye, for ye shall know that I have authority when ye shall see me, and we shall stand before God at the last day. Amen.
I don't know. I'm gonna divine. I'm just
All
gonna say
right,
divine.
Javarius.
I'm going to say decline.
All right, and I think Oso saying decline too. Is that true, Oso?
No, I just wanted to lead everybody astray. I'm going divine.
Yeah, I never know with you. That sounds about right. That is decline. That is the Book of Mormon.
Hell yeah.
Is it Ether or Ether? I don't know how to say these people's names. Ether
Wait, it was
or
declined?
Ether 5-6.
It is. Too
It was
many ye's.
declined.
Too many ye's.
Damn,
Too many ye's.
you finally got me. It was too.
All right.
Ooh. It was something.
This is the final one for all the marbles here, you guys. Winner takes all. The fear of man brings a snare, but one who trusts in the Lord will be protected. Zenamae.
Ooh, I'm gonna say divine just because. Just because I'm not sure anymore, Crystal. I don't even know.
Okay.
One more time on the verse.
Sure. The fear of man brings a snare, but one who trusts in the Lord will be protected.
That's such a short verse.
It is.
I'll decline.
All right, Schley.
The fear of man, what now?
The
I
fear of
think
man
it's
brings
divine.
a snare.
I think it's divine.
Okay. Chai Chai?
I think I'm gonna go with divine.
Okay.
Maybe.
Javarius?
I'm going to go divine on this one. Sounds.
Okay.
Your
Eloso?
face is making me.
I think that it sounds entirely too Psalms, Proverbs-y, so I'm gonna say Divinay.
Divinae?
Oh, fancy.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
I had
Divinae,
escargot
is
one
it?
time.
Okay.
Just what?
Have you ever heard of chattel slavery, Eloso? Chattel slavery? Have you?
I have heard of that.
She's a very sleek woman.
This was divine. This was Proverbs 29:25, and that's today's show. Game divine or decline.
As long as I pass,
did
I
you
won't
guys-
get beat when I get home.
I'm glad that I can
How
say that
many
I won.
questions was that?
That was 10.
I
That
missed
was
4.
fun. It felt like it was like a million. I don't know.
That's a
I
good
gotta
game
read the
because
Bible.
you can
Got a
literally
70.
you can literally just almost say anything, and it if you throw enough ye's and verily I
That's what
Thus
say
saith the Lord.
yeah, verily I say unto you.
I got a 60.
Yeah. I
I
got
don't
it all
remember.
right.
Once I got correct.
I got 100%. I do every time. I don't know how I do it, but I do it every time. By the way,
Yeah.
I'm going to be having a
In a quarter mile, turn left on Walworth 10.
I'm going to have a sub-only live coming up with Life Beyond Belief. and we are going to play Divine or Decline, but we're going to use lyrics from secular songs versus gospel songs. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do so, and we'll be doing that pretty soon. We're just nailing down a date for that, but I think that's going to be so much fun to play.
That is going to be so fun.
Yeah, I
That
think
does
so.
sound like
I'm really excited. Zenamae, thank you so much for coming back on my show and doing a take 2 with me. I hope you'll come back again in a few months because I love having you on my show and I really appreciate you being here. You're really amazing. You guys, make sure you send Zenamae all the love. When are you going live again?
I'll go live today at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I was going to do 5, but I'll just take a little bit of a break and then I'll be there on my backup.
All right. Awesome.
Thank you for
Awesome.
thank you, Chai. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
I really appreciate you being here. It's amazing. Forrest, do you have any debates coming up? Are you going live soon? What's going on with you?
I've been going live. I got like 200,000 likes like yesterday because I went live for like 14 hours. I got a debate next Friday, I believe, on with Wit, which is probably one of the most respectable and intelligent Christians out there. She's EO. She wants to do a debate on whether or not there are any firsthand accounts to Jesus's life.
Oh, wow. That sounds like a really good debate.
Yeah,
You guys,
I let her pick the debate because I wanted her to, because this is her first debate on the platform. But Coco's gonna do debates tonight too. And if you'd like to see P Mars embarrass himself, at 6:40 Central Standard Time, he'll be facing off against Just Jim, and just completely getting lambasted and mocked.
Yeah. Just Jim is great.
That will, yeah, that will be good. You guys, make sure you drop Forrest a follow. He does debate. He's also on panels, and now he's going live too. So let's make sure we support him. Very knowledgeable and actually really funny too. By the way, Forrest, you're hilarious. Schley, I know you don't go live, but you and I are going to go live pretty soon together and do a conversation with Christians, I hope. So you guys make sure you follow for that too, because Schley is amazing. She is a huge support to this community and has been part of this community, but she doesn't do live, so she's behind the scenes. So you don't get to see everything she does. But,
Dipping my toe in.
You are going to, yeah, you're
Yes,
going to go
I
live
will.
with me, right? Okay.
I will.
All
I
right.
will. Yes.
I think we'll have a good time. I like to do lives where we talk about people's favorite Bible stories. They're one of my favorite ones to do. I like them to come up and talk to us about their Bible story, let us talk about it, and then go from there. Chai, do you go live yet?
I don't particularly go live, but I do join other lives. I'm just here to
All
support.
right. Well, make sure you guys follow Chai. So when she is up on panels, you'll see that she's on a panel, and you can go support her and send her all her flowers and likes and everything when she goes live. Let's make sure we're all supporting each other. Javarius, you do go live. I see you live, and you and I have to talk because I'd love for you to be on my show real soon. Would that be something you'd be interested in doing?
Yeah, I'd be honored to be on your show. That would be amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, my lives are kind of all scrambled now, but I'm trying to keep Tuesday, Thursday at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and then Saturday is still 1 to 4.
Awesome. Make sure you guys follow Javarius. His lives are really good. And Elosa Ray also goes live, but you do that at some god awful time in the morning, don't you?
Yeah, a little 5 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. I'll be live in the morning actually.
That is 2 o'clock in the morning my time. So I always get to see the tail end of Elosa when I wake up in the morning. But you guys should be following Elo. So he goes live. He's also on Christina's panels, on Zenamae's panels, on Ria's panels, and he's so smart. I really, and he's funny as fuck.
I learned everything
Get
from
out of
Zena.
here. Oh my God, you crack me up. When you change your profile picture, by the way, I tried to do that the other day. I don't even know what you do to do it that fast. Because I couldn't do it. We had this dork on, and I wanted to change my profile picture to him like you do, but I couldn't do it. It just cracks me up when you do that. Well, you guys, I need to get going. I need to go have lunch. This was a great show. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the 43,000 likes, the shares, the subbies, the gifts. Zenamae, thank you again. And my wonderful panelists, thank you all for being here. I love you. I will see you around the mean streets of TikTok. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, YouTube.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good one.